Welcome back to another informative podcast. For those of you who are first-time listeners, I am Mariah Newkirk, an aspiring marketing professional. On these podcasts, I like to discuss the latest on business media law and its regulations. Today's topic will examine how the FTC's regulations of commercial speech affect how marketers work with social media influencers. So let's jump right into it. What is the FTC? Well, it stands for Federal Trade Commission, and it enforces consumer protection laws that prohibit unfair and deceiving business practices. The FTC Act is specific to media practices. It not only requires that advertisements be non-deceptive and fair, but it also requires that they must have evidence to back up their claims. Have you ever saw a celebrity get contouring done on their face and then market a makeup line and claim it gave them those results? It's completely illegal. One of the key FTC guidelines for advertising requires that the influencer have adequate familiarity with the product and speak of their own personal experience with it. It also is mandated that all material connections are disclosed to the audience, and the fact that it is a paid partnership is displayed to viewers. These things affect the way companies work with influencers by forcing the influencers to actually have achieved the results they are advertising to the audience. It can also prolong the creation of the advertising content. In cases of makeup, weight loss, skincare, or even financial services, the influencer has to have the time to use and create their own experience with the particular product. So, in a world where kids make more TikToks than free throws, the FTC has created a set of regulations specifically for safeguarding children. The Children's Online Privacy Protection Act gives parents control over what information websites can collect from their kids. COPA requires that websites receive parental consent before gathering or using any information from a child. Ever notice how Disney and Nickelodeon always say, ask your parents before going online? That's a prime example of the COPA requirement that I just stated. COPA affects how companies work with children and children influencers by forcing them to be more transparent. Parents are very protective of their kids. If you're having to catch their attention rather than their child's attention, you'll have to be a lot more truthful in your advertisements. Now that we have discussed how the FTC requires companies to target its audience, we're going to get into the shortcomings of these regulations. With the quick and strong rise of social media sensations, it has been extremely hard for the FTC to create clear consequences for companies and influencers who do not follow the regulations. It is even noted that the FTC seems to selectively apply its rules. The gentle approach for punishment by the FTC has exposed millions of consumers to deceptive information, causing critics to amp up the accountability wave for the FTC. The latest information is saying that the FTC has decided on financial repercussions for non-compliers. The amounts or guidelines for the amounts have not yet been released, but are said to be in the works. Now for a quick recap of today's topic. The FTC stands for Federal Trade Commission, and it is the primary federal organization that ensures the integrity for advertisements for consumers. Companies and influencers must disclose all material gains and paid partnerships. COPA is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. A parent's consent is needed before getting any information from a child. And lastly, the FTC still has some growing room for punishing those who do not comply to the regulations. Increased monetary expenses are the expected consequences as of now. That's it for today's podcast. I hope to see you guys back here next week at the same time for more on business media topics. Thanks. Bye, guys.